Hey, I'm Mark Eitel, and I host the Mr. Mortgage Show each Saturday live on iHeartRadio. But I also bring you the Daily Dose, where we deep dive one topic. And today I want to share a clip from a recent episode of the Mr. Mortgage Show that covers supply and demand. We're getting a lot of questions regarding the housing market, and do we think we're in a bubble, and do we think the bubble's going to burst? And my short answer to that is no, but it's because of supply and demand. So I want to share this clip.
Hey, Manny, I love that you brought that up. So if you're a regular listener of the show, you caught last week's episode where we talked about supply and demand, and I used a crazy analogy with the pandemic, and somehow I weaved it into the bamboo toilet paper that we were stuck buying at my house because that was all we could find. So, and hey, before I lose this thought, Manny, thanks for listening on the app. We are on all the podcast apps, so I'm super excited that you were either entertained enough or confused enough that you had to hit that episode a second time to figure out what I was talking about with the bamboo TP. But thanks again for checking us out on the podcast, and super excited to have this question, because I have to admit, I have had several comments during the week about, WTF, Mark, what about the bamboo toilet paper? Where were you going with that? So here's my point in all this. And this kind of spills back to Sherry's question about the recession. So everybody is so hyper-focused on housing right now. It's the biggest news outside of the pandemic in Russia. Everybody's talking about housing. And there's some really good data out there, and there's some really bad data. There's some people that are trying just to get attention. They're scaring you. It's clickbait. So what I want to share, and I'm going to go back to the bamboo toilet paper analogy just for a minute to answer Manny's question. When there is more supply than demand, prices go down. When there's more demand than supply, prices go up. Now, we talked about last week, we all went through the pandemic together, and there were some key essentials that we couldn't find. Everybody panicked, bought all of the paper products at the grocery store, at the convenience store. You couldn't find napkins, paper towels, toilet paper. We couldn't find hand sanitizer. You couldn't buy bleach, anything that you used, either paper products or disinfectants. They were nowhere to be found. So what happened? We all went to eBay, we went to Amazon, and we bought whatever we could, wherever we could, and we paid whatever we had to pay to get them. And I will not forget this. There was a gas station convenience store that I stop at on the way home to get gas, and they had single rolls for sale for about, I want to say it was around $5 a roll. Now, they weren't price gouging. They paid a premium to get it. They were doing their clients a service by providing it. But my point in telling that story was the bamboo toilet paper example had to do with what we found at CVS. CVS went out and did all of the consumers a huge favor, and they bought whatever they could buy. And they bought a bunch of this bamboo toilet paper. And it's awesome. It's good for the environment. There's a nice story around it, but it's expensive and it's strange. It's brown. It doesn't look like toilet tissue. But that was all that you could get at that time. So we started to use it. Now, when the Bounty and the Scotts and all of the other brands were back on the shelf, nobody wanted to buy the bamboo toilet paper anymore. There were many other choices, so more supply. That bamboo toilet paper, because it lost all of its demand, went on sale. And I still have a ton of it in my pantry because I'm a cheapskate and I bought it all on sale. And that was my point in that story. When there's more supply than demand, prices, and it doesn't matter if you're buying apples, if you're buying cars, if you're buying houses. If more people want to sell it than want to buy it, prices are going to go down. If more people want to buy it than want to sell it, prices are going to go up. Not until we get to an even demand.
All right. I hope you found that helpful. If you enjoyed any of that, I encourage you to tune in Saturday morning and listen to the Mr. Mortgage Show live. And you can find that on the iHeart app, or check out the MrMortgageShow.com for all of the episode replays. And lastly, check out the Facebook page. Just go to Facebook and search the Mr. Mortgage Show. So that's it for today. Tune in tomorrow for another Daily Dose. Thank you.